Hello and welcome to another edition of Will's Grill Shack. Today I'm sharing with you some of my top tips for the Broil King Regal 500 pellet grill. Don't forget guys, I have got an Instagram page where I post daily content and live cook-alongs. It should just be here. So head on over there, check it out, and I'll see you over there. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Now hopefully this doesn't show up too red on the screen. I've installed some new Shack heating to keep me warm on these winter nights because it is bloody freezing out here. So in this video, I'm going to answer some questions that I regularly see on forums about the Broil King pellet grill. Now these questions are ones that I regularly get asked as well, and I think they're really important to the running of the grill. So question one, how do I set up my grill for low and slow smoking? So this is a pretty easy one. You press the button on the screen, turn it on, and then you set the smoke mode for 107 degrees. You open up the top vent, as you can see here. After you've set the temperature that you want, you then open up the lid of the barbecue, and then you wait for the smoke to start appearing, which means that the fire is ignited. Then once the smoke disappears, you then shut the lid down and let it come up to temperature. A really easy one guys, you can't go wrong with it. It's the easiest grill to use that I know of. On warm days, it will take about 15 minutes to get up to the temperature that you need for low and slow smoking, 105, 107 degrees. On slightly colder days like today, it takes about 25 minutes. So if you're in America or Canada and it's freezing cold, it is going to take a little bit longer for you to get up to temperature. Now question two is a really common one that I get asked all the time. When I set my temperature on the pellet grill for 180 degrees, it always overshoots the temperature. This is perfectly normal. The idea behind this is, in the center of the grill there's obviously the fire pot, and it's feeding pellets in constantly into the fire pot. So you'll set the temperature at 180 degrees. The pellet grill knows that it's coming up to that temperature, so it stops feeding the fire. But unfortunately the fire is obviously still burning, which is why the temperature spikes and goes up to sometimes 240 degrees. But as you can see on screen, if you just wait another 10 minutes, it will drop back down and the smoke will clear and it'll be absolutely perfect. And this actually happens with all pellet grills. The Traeger I've got is the exact same, so it does happen with all pellet grills, and it's just the way that they cook. Again, a simple answer that every single person always asks me, is it normal? And yes, it is perfectly normal. Now question three is a good one. Why does my pit controller always read differently to my aftermarket thermometers? So in this you can see I've set up my Thermapen smoke at different points in the grill, so you can see exactly where the hot spots are. The right hand side of the grill is a lot hotter to the left hand side of the grill. So that shows where your hot spot is. Now the reason that the thermometer on the Broil King reads different to what's currently on the Thermapen smoke is the Broil King thermometer is set up for that size oven. If I were to go and get that Thermapen smoke and put it into an oven inside, and the oven was set at 200 degrees, the Thermapen smoke would either read higher or lower. It's how the thermometer in the grill is set up for that space in there. There's also different areas in the grill which will read different temperatures. So it's perfectly normal for one side of the grill to read 150 degrees and the other side of the grill to read 120 degrees. Now if you do think that your thermometer is out, you can go onto the app and you can recalibrate it, which makes it absolutely spot on. But personally, I've never had an issue with mine, and I've never even connected to the app because I haven't needed to. It works absolutely fine. Now question four is one that I get asked all the time, and obviously I've done a video where I'll just put it here where you can see that you can actually sear on these grills. But everyone always wants to know, how hot do they get? So we're going to engage the sear mode and we're going to see how much temperature we can get out of it. So this took about half an hour, and as you can see we got to 337 degrees, and this was actually still climbing. So I actually think that you could get 345, 350, which is what I've had on hotter days. It's obviously really cold here today, so it is struggling, but there's no other pellet grill on the market that can get that hot. My Traeger only goes up to 260 degrees, so this is a whole 70-80 degrees more. And I'm actually going to be doing a video very soon on reverse searing, and you'll see how good it is at that type of cook. The next question that I get asked all the time is, how long will the hopper last. So if you're doing a low and slow cook with a full hopper full of pellets, now it does depend on what pellets you're using, but let's take the apple pellets for example. I did a couple of huge pork butts and it burnt for 26 hours before needing to refill. So it is really, really economical and efficient, and that's roughly how long you should get out of a whole hopper. It might vary and other people might have different opinions, but this is just how I got on with it on the cook that I was doing. So now let's talk about cleaning. This is something that I get asked quite a lot, and I regularly make the point that I don't clean this grill out very often at all. The last time that I cleaned this was 6 months ago. My advice is to do what I just did, which was a high temperature burn. So set it at the highest temperature that it will go, so 320 degrees. Then I would grab the brush that you can see here. These are available, it's a Broil King accessory, it's really simple to use. You're just going to scrape down the cast iron grids as you can see here, scrape them all down, and then what we're going to do is grab your grill gripper and take that out, and then we're going to flip the grates over, and we're going to scrape the other side. Once you've done that, remove them, and as you can see, we've got some serious crap in this grill. So you want to grab the scraper, and then you want to just literally scrape away all this rubbish, put it into like a dustpan like I've got here. Now I'm going to take you over to the grill and I'm going to talk you through the next few processes.
I reckon I've used this grill 50-60 times, and there is not a lot of dust in here, sawdust at all really. I mean, you open up the Traeger and it's caked in it, whereas this is hardly anything.
And to give you a better angle, that is 6 months worth of pellet dust.
And all I do is get a bucket under there and just move that left and right.
Hopefully you can hear this. And then it starts draining there.
Then after about 10-15 minutes of just sweeping it out and going down into this hole here and down to the bucket, you can see it looks like a brand new grill again.
One last thing on the inside of the grill, grab yourself some canola oil. It can be other oil, but it needs to have a high melting point. Spray onto a cloth just like this, and then just rub it over the grates, making sure you've covered them. And this just re-seasons them every single time. I would do this after every single use. It just really lets the cast iron become really nice and seasoned. And that is the inside of the grill clean. Now let's move on to the outside. Okay, so this stuff here is what I use for the grill. So we're just going to spray it on the grill. Grab yourself some paper towels, and then we're just going to rub the outside just like this, and you can see that it's coming up nice and shiny, and do this all over the grill.
And just look how clean that is.
Bloody hell, that thing was seriously dirty, but I don't clean it. It's just one of those things, and that's what I love about this grill, is the fact that you don't have to clean it after every single use, and you don't get a stupid little text that comes up on the screen saying please clean me like you do on the other grills that I've got. It's just an absolute workhorse is the only way I can describe it. And you think, I've done countless videos on this, it's my go-to grill, I use it all the time, and not once have I had to clean it out. The only thing that I would recommend cleaning regularly is the grease pan, because if you get too much grease in there you could get a grease fire, and then that's not ideal, is it? And make sure you clean out the little ash pan all the time as well, because if that gets full up, it's going to be a nightmare. That is my top tips there for cleaning and some of the questions that I get asked regularly. Now, the second part of this video, I'm going to talk to you about some of the key accessories that I use regularly and is really, really worth buying, because they just make your life so much easier. So first up, it's the cleaning accessories. So you've got a brush here, and they are Broil King instruments as well, and you've got the scraper that I was using as well. It comes as a kit, it's 20 quid, and it is well worth getting one on order. Next up, we've got the grill grate cleaner here. I use this all the time. If you're not just rubbing it off with the wire brush, then you can use this as well and give it a good soak. I also use this as the stainless steel cleaner that I was using. Again, it's a Broil King product, and I really recommend this. I use it on my gas grill all the time, and it brings it looking brand new again. Here is the wire brush that you've got. It's really nice. It's got a really nice little grip on it, so you can rub down the grill nice and easy, and it just gets rid of all the excess debris on the grates. So I'd recommend using that after every time you use the grill, just give it a little rub over it as it's cooling down. I'd also recommend some gloves. These are the gauntlets that are really good. I've never had anything burn through them and never burnt my hands using them. Now my gas grill isn't in the shack all the time. It actually lives up on the patio and there's no lighting there. So I've got a Broil King light here, which you can see, you turn it on just like so, and it clips over the handle. You just adjust it to any size handle. So I have used this on the pellet grill as well. And it's got a timer and you can adjust these all the way around, just like that. Really handy accessory. I say I use it quite regularly up on the patio where I haven't got proper lighting. Tongs. We all like a good set of tongs. These are my go-to tongs. These are the precision tongs from Broil King. I've got all the tongs that they do, and these are the best ones that you can get. You can literally just pick up anything with these. They're really good. A pellet scoop. Now the bags aren't ideal, they do seal up and they are good like that, but sometimes you just need to add a couple of scoops in it. So this pellet scoop is absolutely ideal. It's got some perforated holes here so that all the sawdust drops back through, so you don't get sawdust in your grill and you literally just get pellets. Again, really good to use. And the last accessory that I'd really recommend is the giant burger flipper spatula that they do. It's absolutely massive and I use it to smash down on burgers if I haven't got my smasher handy, and it's just a really well solid bit of kit, and it's got a bottle opener just there to open up all your beers. So that is some of the accessories that I would really recommend that you go out and buy. Just makes your life easier. There's plenty of accessories that Broil King do. I've bought all of these myself and they are just 100% my go-to. It's just, you need to get them. They're just so handy to have. So hopefully this clears up a lot of the questions that I get asked, and it's really handy for you guys to use and apply it to your grill, especially the cleaning, and I'd definitely recommend giving that a go. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and you find it handy. If you have, please hit that subscribe button and join me next time for another edition of Will's Grill Shack. Thank you for watching.